during my NS time when I decided to retake my A-level examinations, like my mom and I was like searching for any alternatives on how I could get back to retaking my A-level examination. So two concerns that we're trying to find is one, trying to find a private school such that I can set a Monday to Friday like school schedule to get the momentum of studying back. And number two, definitely looking for tutors that can help me, because I definitely know that going to, let's say, MDIS in future for like the 10-month course definitely won't be enough for me to get back the momentum and also give me sufficient knowledge to do well for the A-level examinations. So I think at that point of time, I think my mom and I, like any typical Singaporeans, we just searched like Google to look for tutors. And I think my mom always mentioned that when she first saw like you still like just like, looking at the reviews, seeing like what people said about you, and then like my mom and I actually like read through the reviews and see what people really said about you personally. So I think that was what got us into like looking out towards you. And also I think because it happened that we saw, I think one review talking about like people who have retook NS as well, like looking for you as well. So like we thought that it would be a good idea for me to look for you because you will have experience with NSF, sorry. Yeah. So I think definitely one thing that sets you apart from other tuition centers, because like based on my experience, I have a lot of experience with tuition teachers because I have many tuitions in the past. But I think one thing that sets apart, Mr. Teo sets apart from other tuition centers is that he really does look out for you and often check on you on like any possible issues that you face for econs, and he really does give you the solution to it in like almost every session. It's not as if he just gives you suggestions where you have to go think through the solutions yourself, which I feel that most teachers often do, where they just give you suggestions without the solution itself. So Mr. Teo really does give you the solution, and I believe that you really just have to follow very closely to what he says. Like I understand that at times you may feel that he's very demanding, but actually in the long run you realize that it's actually required for you to do well by following what he says, and it's actually not as demanding as you think. And in fact, actually in the long run you realize that the amount of work that he demands is a good amount for you to prepare for A-level examinations. So I realized that one thing is that I hate writing essays for it, but because I had to do my homework, for example, we had to submit essays twice a week. At first I thought it was a bit of a chore because I had to do essays because I hated doing essays. But afterwards, I realized that because I had to do essays every week, I realized that I ended up having a good amount of practice for econs. And I definitely wouldn't have done that amount by the end of the year. And thankfully for that, I managed to do well because I had sufficient revision. So I started to realize that actually, as long as you follow very close to what he says, you actually have enough practice for you. And you probably just have to add in a bit more effort on the sidelines to do and get the A for econs. Yeah. So how did I do for my second try? I got an A for my econs, which was awesome. Lastly, what I want you guys to hear is that I'm not trying to overcompliment Mr. Teo or anything, but I really think that as someone who have went through his tuition myself, really listen very closely to what he says, because it really benefits you, like how it benefits me during my A-level examination. Like I'm not gonna lie, I hated econs during my first time taking my A-level examination, and I got, I think, a fat D. And even until then, before I met Mr. Teo, I didn't even know what to write in a normal econs essay. And I realized that there are many JCs that demand super high quality econs essays, which is definitely good, but it's really not required to such an extent. And Mr. Teo really goes deep into what is required to just get your A for an A-level examination for econs, which just trust what he says because it really is enough. I mean, I'm a good example to show that I really did get my A, and I didn't write so exaggerated. Okay, I wouldn't say exaggerated. I didn't write like what some Hwa Chong students will write, like maybe 4 or 5 pages, which is so difficult and almost impossible considering the amount of time you have. So my last word is just have faith in your tutors, especially Mr. Teo.